This is RStudio. Right now I'm working in the console, but we can also write code in our script in a file and run that file here, but we will do that later. Anyway, let's learn what are R variables and how to use them. So, by the way, you can write a comment in R using a hash symbol. So this is actually a comment. I think the screen is, I should magnify it a little bit for you. It must be difficult for you to see it. So if you want to magnify the console of RStudio, you can use Control along with plus key. So I'm pressing Control and plus key, and you can see it's magnified. So you can do it as much as you want. And you can go back using Control and minus key. So it will go back. And if you want to go to the original settings, you can press Control and 0. So this is the original settings. Anyway, let's zoom a little bit. So I think it's visible now. So what are R variables? First of all, what is a variable? Variable is something that stores values, and it is a very important component in programming. A variable can store a number, an object, a vector, a data set, anything that are outputs can be stored in a variable. And we can use that variable simply by calling the name of that variable. And if you're familiar with other language, you must also be familiar with variables. Now let's see how to declare a variable in R and how to use it. So first of all, you do not need to separately declare a variable like you used to do in C or C++. We just write the name of variable and we just use it. So there are basically two ways to use a variable. Let's say we want to declare a variable x and we want to input a value 2 in it. So the first method is simple, x equals to 2. This is the first method, and we can display it like this. I just wrote x and I got the value. The second method to use a variable, to assign a value to a variable, is using this. So let's say I'm now using a variable y. So you will write y hyphen and y less than sign and then hyphen. And then you can assign something in it. So let's say I want to assign 10 to it. So I will write 10 here and press enter. So this is the second method of assigning a value to a variable using these two operators. It actually makes an arrow sign, right? And let's output the value of y and see if it was stored successfully or not. Press enter and you can see that here. Right, so these are two methods to use a variable, to assign some value to a variable. You can also see their values here in your environment section.